On this episode of Inside the Blueprint, never satisfied with the status quo, Arion is a team of engineers specializing in the energy industry who look at each project with fresh eyes and innovative thinking. With their extensive development and asset repositioning expertise, Barvin manages, acquires, and develops properties in emerging urban areas. Think all insulation is created equally? Think again. Owens Corning shows us how they've taken it to a whole new level. Plus, lots more. Innovation isn't a term typically associated with engineering for the traditional energy industry. However, it's an essential part of ensuring that energy projects are managed safely, effectively, and with the future in mind.
Arion is a successful engineering company that services the energy markets. We provide engineering design solutions for projects both onshore and offshore, for production facilities, pipelines, refineries, as well as renewable projects. Arion's purpose statement is that we will deliver successful projects every time by revolutionizing the process through respect, trust, accountability, and innovation. We want to do that by revolutionizing the process. That means rethinking all the work processes and the tools and techniques that we use, fully leveraging what's available in today's market in this environment so that we can add as much value as possible to our clients' projects.
Arion focuses on excellence in engineering and design, while adhering to strict safety standards and executing successful projects.
We do a variety of different projects at Arion through all of our business units. I'm proud of the work that we do, proud of the teams that we have. We started with one project when we started this company back in 2018. We now do more than a dozen different projects of various sizes in our offshore business unit, a dozen different projects in our onshore business unit, a number of projects also in our downstream and automation business unit. So there's a broad variety of projects that we do. The key for us is focusing on really taking care of our customers, delivering to our customers' expectation, deliver excellence in engineering, and safe quality products.
Believing that there's still real value in streamlining the basics of design and allowing strategic thinking to drive creative solutions is what's most important at Arion.
Facility design is all about pulling together the skills and capabilities in an engineering and design team to develop a product for our customer, a facility for our customer that meet our customers' expectations. Really focusing again on providing excellence in engineering to deliver an excellent quality product that our customers can use to build their facility, operate their facility efficiently, effectively, and produce the oil and gas that they need.
At Arion, culture is our most important aspect. And that all starts with the people. We need to have the right people with the right experience, the right talent, the right leadership, the right attitude. And that's why they are the most important part of our company. If we don't get that right, the rest has no chance of success.
Such a great place to work that it's even been voted in Houston Business Journal's Best Places to Work for 3 years in a row.
The culture of Arion, as I'm sure you've heard, one of our pillars is people, and they understand that it's not just about the clients, but the employees too. They allow us to work at our own pace that is reasonable for both client and the employee, and it just helps us create a low stress and enjoyable environment to do the work. I'm most proud of the first structure that I engineered, designed, and stamped with my personal PE license. It was done here at Arion and was installed last year, and I was super excited about the teamwork that went into it and the fact that it was a successful project.
Empowered by a future-minded approach, continued growth and innovation is what drives them to succeed.
Arion has revolutionized the process by really focusing on how can we take the energy industry from the older traditional way of executing the work to being more innovative, more forward-thinking when it comes to delivering the products that we produce. We apply innovation in everything we do. We're really focusing on how can we digitize the information, make the information available to our customers, be it for fabrication, construction, installation, or operation in an electronic form, so that they can use that information, maintain that information to help optimize facilities and run their facilities more efficient and effectively than what they've done in the past. What's important to me in this business is that we're all working with people. We need to take care of our people. We need to make the impossible possible. And that is what we're doing at Arion, by applying innovation in everything that we do, by really focusing on pulling out the best from all of our people. So at Arion, the impossible is possible.
For more information about Arion, visit their website, arionblue.com. And of course, visit our website, insidetheblueprint.com. Barvin is a company of exceptional quality. They're more than an average real estate development and management company. They're also a vertically integrated real estate investment company who believes in going above and beyond for their residents, associates, investors, and communities.
We help accredited investors participate in institutional quality real estate investments, and I co-invest significant amounts of my own money alongside them. Our mission is to create communities that withstand the test of time. This applies to the physical assets and building them the right way. It applies to the overall area that we're a part of when we own communities and neighborhoods. It also applies to the teams and the renters on site to make sure that we're really treating people well and that we're making connections that can last a lifetime.
Barvin prides themselves on building great teams with compassionate accountability.
A big part of our success is our executive team, which has over 100 years of combined multifamily institutional investment experience. The important thing is alignment throughout the organization, and those two core values are part of other core values that we expose throughout our company. Those are build great teams, compassionate accountability, be inspired to go above and beyond, love thy neighbor, which is especially important in the apartment business, and transparent and honest communication. So operational excellence is really what makes us unique and separates us from our competition. It has multiple facets, from data analytics to reporting to transparency to improving cost effectiveness. It really allows us to provide a better output, a better product to our investors and our customers. We have a goal of building a company that stands the test of time, and also properties that stand the test of time. So we're not flippers of apartment communities. We buy and hold. We are longer duration holders of real estate, and we focus on cash flow and appreciation, and over time realize that there's shifts that create tremendous value for communities, and so we tend to, whether we build or buy, tend to try to hold them for the long term.
Each development features architectural designs intended to add value and reflect the emotional human connection we have to our surroundings.
Barvin believes that communities start with great people and functional spaces. Architecture and construction is the art and science of creating spaces, and in Barvin's case, apartment homes and retail offerings. Stella and Braes is our newest development, and it is providing a service to a previously underutilized neighborhood by providing new apartment homes and food and beverage offerings for our retail. The master plan has over 600 units in multiple phases, 25,000 square feet of retail, and approximately 1/4 acre of public plazas. The focal point of this development is the public plaza on the primary corner that invites the neighborhood in to participate in the development and enjoy the food and beverage offerings. Barvin believes that our mission is to create communities that withstand the test of time, and through thoughtful architecture and community involvement, we believe we can be successful.
Barvin's outstanding reputation in the investment community is, in part, due to their strong performance track record for value creation.
Our investment community has grown organically, and we approach our investment community through transparency and open communication. We do this also through having an excellent governance structure and providing institutional quality investment offerings and reporting to our investors. And we have skin in the game. So we have a meaningful co-investment in all of our properties, which investors see as alignment to their own best interests. And I think that's something that differentiates us. In addition, our company has a direct real estate investment structure, and that allows investors to have direct access to the vertically integrated operator of the properties. Typically, investors will go through capital allocators, and they end up paying these asset management fees to access investments to us. So it's a very efficient structure, and we believe is in the best interest of investors.
The future of Barvin is continuing to do what we do best. It's growing in our current markets, growing in other markets that we're tracking today, and improving the lives of our team members and our residents.
For more information about Barvin's initiatives, visit their website, barvin.com. And of course, visit our website, insidetheblueprint.com. Where does innovation come from? More often than not, it stems from a need or a problem that requires a solution. This is what inspires the engineers, technicians, and research scientists at Owens Corning. Owens Corning is not only a world leader in insulation, they've taken it to a whole new level altogether. Insulation used to be thought of as just a way to keep in and/or keep out heat and cold. But the folks at Owens Corning have been developing and manufacturing some of the most dynamic and functional insulation in the biz. Now, when talking about insulation, you should include descriptors like acoustics and fire resistance. In a business where innovation is the name of the game, Owens Corning isn't afraid to push the envelope to stay ahead of the competition.
My name's Julian Francis. I'm the president of the insulation business at Owens Corning. And in that capacity, I have accountability for the global operations of the insulation business. Today, Owens Corning consists of three businesses: our roofing business, our insulation business, and our glass fiber reinforcements business, all really founded on the basis of glass fiber, the invention back in 1938. And then after the post-war boom in construction of single-family homes, the insulation business really started to take off. Residential construction is probably where we're most famous, with our iconic pink insulation that was introduced as early as 1950s. In 2013, we bought into a business, we acquired a business called Thermafiber, which is a mineral wool product. So actually it's made of waste material from steel manufacturing, but it melts at a much higher temperature, and so it's very, very good at both its thermal performance, but also its fire-resistive properties.
Angie is a technical services leader with Owens Corning, who develops fire control systems using mineral wool as insulation.
Owens Corning Thermafiber pioneered the first perimeter fire containment system. And we designed these life safety systems around our mineral wool insulation products. And so it's systems like this that we install in some of the high-rise buildings like One World Trade Center. So a perimeter fire containment system is constructed primarily out of mineral wool insulation. And really, the mineral wool insulation is the workhorse behind the assembly, just because it can resist very high temperatures for a very long period of time. We have containment systems that offer protection up to 3 hours, so that it allows more time in a building for people to evacuate safely. Over here we have a representation of a curtain wall in an exterior high-rise building. We see the Thermafiber Owens Corning mineral wool insulation is covering and protecting a portion of that exterior wall. The critical part of the assembly, though, is really the barrier. And this is where you have a joint between the floor slab and the exterior curtain wall. Now imagine if you did not fill that void with any material, fire would have a free path to spread from floor to floor.
Owens Corning's thermofiber insulation is not only flame resistant, but it also has noise reduction capabilities.
I'm Corey Taylor. I'm the technical lead for the Acoustic Research Center. This is where we design, develop, and evaluate the acoustic performance of our material. So we're going to be running our ASTM E90 test, and this evaluates the sound performance from room to room. The only way sound energy is going to get from our source room to our receive room is through the wall partition that we have in place. So we're going to start this test, and what we're actually measuring is the sound pressure levels over time. So these are the levels of our source room, and here we can see that we are about 95, 97 decibels in our source room. And if we look at the receive chamber, the levels in there are around 60 decibels, just a little under. So what that tells us is that the wall that we have in place is mitigating approximately 30 decibels of sound at this one particular frequency.
Not all thermofiber products are created equal. we need different product designs for different applications. Our light density products are designed for interior applications to ensure that our homes are quieter, more comfortable, and safer in the event of a fire in a residential zone. On the other hand, our heavy density products are better used in perimeter applications on the outside of buildings to deliver that superior fire performance that is required.
We focus very deeply on the overall performance of the building. So not just from a thermal standpoint as when people think about insulation, but also acoustics, life safety, and then the overall performance of the building through a building science outlook, moisture protection, air infiltration. So many of these things we design into our products. It's not just about insulating a home thermally against cold or against heat, but also the performance of the building as a whole, acoustics, fire, how it interacts with other systems in the building. And that means we just have to be experts in the building science.
Launched in 2000 in Gardena, California, a small company dedicated to the idea of environmentally conscious, sustainable production of lighting products, Visionaire Lighting quickly expanded in both reputation and size.
From the beginning, we started doing smaller scale jobs, everything from parks to sports facilities, and then got into automotive lighting. And as the company grew, we got into more large scale projects like smart cities and street lighting.
Fred, the president and owner of our company, was also involved in tennis, and so they wanted to start doing tennis lighting. And so we initially started by lighting tennis courts with HID or high intensity discharge lamps.
Our company initially started with just assembling products, and over the years, we brought more and more processes in-house. Now today, we are a completely vertically integrated company who manufactures all of its different components here in our facility.
The advent of commercially viable solid-state or LED lighting was the first significant change in the industry in over 100 years.
The new technology that Visionaire has and why it's going to make us stand out is because an open platform, it's a single pane of glass. Currently in today's lighting market, if I am with a university or if I'm with a city, I want to be able to control my lights, I want to be able to control my parking sensors, my oxygen sensors, any kind of thing, and any time I want to do that, I have to do that on a separate login, a separate program. What's unique to Visionaire is we're an open protocol, which means we have different devices from different manufacturers that we could bring in and all operate on our own user interface.
Because solid-state lighting was essentially a small computer, it enabled other connected devices to interface with lighting for the first time at this level. This was the birth of smart lighting.
The technology that I developed was a platform, a very agnostic, unique platform where we could have multiple softwares on one pane of glass. So I could actually take it to where I could bring in 3 or 4 different types of software, bring it into one, and be able to visualize everything on a single pane of glass.
In the light fixtures there's a real estate. There's a platform inside there which allows that. The light itself's not detecting that movement, but there would be a computer or brain chip that's inside that platform that allows you to be able to signal what's going on based on the camera.
Visionaire manufactures its own printed circuit boards in-house in its Surface Mount Technology or SMT facility. Each board is individually tested and analyzed for quality. This ensures the elevated level of product quality and longevity.
We have robots doing injection molding, making the optics for our LED fixtures. We have a SMT room, which is surface mount technology, which will pick an LED off of a reel and place it onto our printed circuit board. We have a pattern shop or sandcast and for die cast.
Just like the smartphone's evolution over the years, Pangea Link technology will integrate with applications we haven't even imagined yet. There's a street light almost every place you look, which can support this technology in the future.
When you talk about the future and the application, it's really unlimited, and it's allowed us to continue to keep desiring the city's wants and needs and learning them as they're learning them at the same time.
The great thing about our technology is it's really future-proof. Because we are an open-ended platform, that means that whatever you have currently today, if you're happy with it, that's great, but if you realize you have a need and you need to incorporate something else into that system, you could do that in the future. So if you want to bring cameras onto it, if you want to bring smart water meters onto it, you're allowed to do that in the future because it's an open-ended platform.
The future for Visionaire is actually very, very bright. We're really developing things today and future-proofing our fixtures to where people can actually have access to this stuff 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road. As you know, software never stops. It's always an evolving thing. So in some cases, we know where we are today, but it could change in 24 months. It could be a totally different technology. So we're trying to stay on the cutting edge of that.
For more information about this new technology, please visit visionairelighting.com. Baseball's come a long way since Babe Ruth. All sports have, but none more so than baseball. From little leagues to big leagues, the game is more competitive, more demanding than ever, requiring legendary skill, lightning reflexes, and crowd-pleasing performance. And the field, especially artificial turf, that athletes run, catch, and perform on, must meet the 21st century challenge.
For the last 37 years of my career, my emphasis has always been on player safety, protecting players, ideally not having them get injured. So I really got involved with this artificial turf study to make sure that this was the best possible synthetic field for our players to play on.
Globe Life Park, home of the Texas Rangers since 1994, remains. But in March 2020, the team relocated across the street to brand new Globe Life Field. A huge part of the 21st century cutting-edge venue is a cutting-edge playing surface, manufactured by Shaw Sports Turf, one of North America's leading synthetic turf companies.
The fact that when we went out and we benchmarked well-manicured natural grass playing environments, and in those tests we take 7 specific metrics. Those metrics break down into 3 areas. One is really player-to-surface interactions. One is traction and how that player behaves on the surface, and then also energy return, and really how the ball interacts with the surface. The goal is to mimic well-manicured natural grass playing environment, and through our research we've been able to do that.
Texas Rangers and other teams, after decades of playing on natural grass and 2 decades of intense research on field surfaces, athlete and ball mechanics, decided the benefits of playing on Shaw Sports synthetic grass surfaces was simply too good to pass up.
Shaw had a commitment to getting the baseball surface right that was different than any other manufacturer that we did on our preliminary visit. And then in subsequent visits, they demonstrated a commitment to baseball and to baseball playing surface that was beyond anyone else.
Shaw Sports Turf prides itself on being at the industry and manufacturing forefront for better performing, safer, and more durable synthetic sports turf fields. As that leader, more and more sports teams, from little leagues to big leagues, are turning to Shaw Sports Turf for energy-efficient, water-saving, and big league cutting-edge solutions.
The main reason Paragon Sports Constructors decided to partner with Shaw Sports Turf Systems was their devotion to research and development. And basically, they're not doing what nobody else in the business is doing. We've worked with a lot of the other major manufacturers, and Shaw by far and away is light years above everybody else.
Installation of the new synthetic turf began in late February 2020, requiring 2 weeks of precision teamwork from start to finish.
Some fields now, it's a rubber pellet with a sand combination. That's what Toronto and Tampa Bay have. But we're actually playing with a new product with Shaw, which is actually an organic infill. So it's a ground-up coconut shell, and it acts and feels and looks like a natural dirt.
So the turf system here is specifically designed for baseball. There's the B1K shock pad underneath the turf system here, and the turf is a very dense product, specifically with 2 tones of color to look very natural on TV and play just like natural grass. This field was benchmarked off the old Texas Rangers field.
When an organization as disciplined as the Texas Rangers does its homework, the payoff can be, well, like batting 1,000.
Well, the turf is nice. It feels like grass. The technology of this grass is made to feel like you're playing in regular grass. I think it's going to be a very good surface for the players to play.
We are thrilled to have the Shaw surface on this field. We went to all the manufacturers on the synthetic side and said, listen, we're not even going to consider this unless you can deliver to us the best playing surface in Major League Baseball.
It's looking good, Chuck. It's really great. As you can tell, it's pretty close right now.
So one more lift of sand and then geofill.
That is correct.
We're going to turn it over to Dennis and his group.
Right. Let the grounds guys get on it and figure out how to moisture condition and maintain, and should be able to maintain it pretty easily.
Well, it looks great. Y'all have done an outstanding job on it.
Thank you. We're very proud of it.
To learn more about Shaw Sports Turf 20 years of excellence in over 3,000 field and stadium installations, and how Shaw Sports can help propel your organization into the 21st century both on and off the field, visit shawsportsturf.com. Or to view this segment again, visit us at InsideTheBlueprint.com. Thanks for watching Inside the Blueprint. For more information on any of the products you saw today, or to find out how to become part of the show, please visit InsideTheBlueprint.com.